Guten Tag. I'm Alexander Gutenberg. Welcome to the library. So we've been playing a lot of Chrono Cross lately, um, and I think I wanted to try a different big title. So today we will be playing Final Fantasy VIII. Um, this was actually the first Final Fantasy game that I ever had, and I know a lot of people criticize it because the junction system is quote unquote broken and the story is boring. I don't see it that way. Listen, the junction system works exactly as Square pushed it. Yeah, it does let you be overpowered, but if you don't want to play that way, you don't have to. So, there's no reason to, be sitting there going, oh, it's broken, it's not a good game. It's fine, guys. Um, Now on the story, yeah, there are weak parts to it. Like me personally, I do not like Squall. He is like the stereotypical tall, dark, and brooding kid who's basically got nothing going on in his life, but when you actually do start seeing later scenes, you realize where all of that is coming from. So, it that part's not, terrible. I still don't like him, but I understand him at least. Um, the Renoa Hartley, she's okay, I guess. She could be better. But as is, she feels a little shoehorned into the plot. But looking at the full story, it's actually not any better because she's the son or she's the daughter of the woman that Squall's father was in love with but couldn't be with because he ended up going to a war and getting separated and never going back in time. So there's just a little bit of in there. My complaint comes more from other characters like having interesting seeds, seed, but not exactly getting a whole lot of story to go with it. But we'll try to analyze the characters as those moments come up, see where they stand. Um, let's see here. What are other complaints about Final Fantasy VIII? Because I know that it's not just that. Oh, right. Um, some people complain that they don't like Final Fantasy VIII because it's not a fantasy setting. Well, listen, Final Fantasy VIII is a fantasy setting. It's just not a medieval fantasy setting. Um, they are basically living in a modern fantasy where they have cars, they have airships, although those are ancient technology, but still, they have airships. They have a rail system, etc., etc. But you notice how they also have magic. There's the mythological sorceress in the background. There is monsters all over the place, and not just animals. They actually call them monsters. Um, pl Plus, there's the whole Guardian Force system, which the Guardian Forces are, they're basically gods that are like, yeah, I guess I'll go with you for a little bit. Um, Actually, tangential. Um, so whenever you catch a Pokemon in in the title, right? Uh, you capture them in a Pokeball. But what happens when you capture a god Pokemon? Does the god stop, being in charge of its domain? No. But I think it was in Legends Arceus where they kind of actually revealed what's going on. You're not actually capturing a legendary. You're capturing a fragment of their power because the legendary is allowing you to capture that power. Now, obviously, there are some Pokemon where this doesn't work, like Heatran or Mew or, the mythicals and such. The ones where here's how I define it. For legendaries, there is one legendary, and they are in charge of like some core facet of the universe. When you get to mythicals, you don't have just one mythical. There are multiple mythicals all over the world. Um, these mythicals are, they are insanely powerful, but they are not singular. Mewtwo, even though he's classified as a legendary by the system, he's only a mythical in my eyes because we've had Mewtwo in the games, Mewtwo in the comics, Mewtwo in the movies, where there's actually at least two separate Mewtwo's. Because you have the one that has the mixed voice, and then you have the one that's a far more feminine voice and has no recollection of who Ash is. Whereas Mewtwo in the first film, he does show up later, and he does remember Ash. Oh God, I'm nerding out here, aren't I? But anyway, yeah. So Guardian forces in Final Fantasy are basically gods that are lending you their power because they're like, yeah, you're strong enough to handle me. So yeah, Final Fantasy is in fact fantasy. I mean, you even look at their technology. Their technology is different. Like uh during the assassination attempt of Idia at the end of disc 1, you see Squall hijack a car. Well, I guess it's more like uh commandeer it, but he he steals a car and drives it, but you look through the radiator grill, and what you see is not like a radiator and fan belts and all that. What you see is twin turbine engines. And you look at the trains, and on top of them are turbine engines. You look at the garden car, and it has a turbine engine. These are not our cars. These are fantasy cars. So yeah, it it is fantasy. It's got science elements, but it's all rooted in, like, if fantasy stopped being in medieval stasis, which, freaking finally, because I hate medieval stasis. It's so boring. Listen, you've got you've got a culture that is at least 3,000 years old. And I don't mean like a timeline. I mean a culture. This is a culture. Like maybe it's broken up into three distinct ages or whatever, but those ages are not like counting major like technological shifts. They're capturing like primary rulership shifts. You've got elves that live for 1,000 years, and they're like, yeah, nothing's changed. It's still the same. And it's like, why? Because you look at our own history. Now, in the span from 1800 to 1900, what changed? A whole heck of a lot. And yeah, you can say we had the Industrial Revolution, we had the Renaissance, we had all that going on. But, like, the Dark Ages, or Middle Ages, medieval period, that was only like 500 years. And that occurred because of factionalism and because of a loss of intellectualism. But you look at you look at Dungeons and Dragons. They've got wizards. They specifically state that there are wizard colleges. College. That means there are thinkers in the world. When you have thinkers, you have people who are pushing ideas. So And then you've also got like the dwarves and the gnomes, and they're typically depicted as these tinkerers. Like, they're one of the big things that I remember is the gnomish apparatus, or the apparatus of Qualish, or however it is. And that's like this little mechanical crab mech. Like, you get into a metal barrel and you have a whole bunch of levers, and it becomes a crab mech. So why is it just relegated to, yeah, the gnomes are insane builders. If a gnome can build that, why can't a human? If a human can build it, why aren't more humans building stuff like that? So, yeah, I like Final Fantasy VIII's setting. Um, yeah. Well, that was a bit of a tirade there, wasn't it? Anyway, let's hop in now, shall we? And yeah, I know this is the remaster version, but it's, again, the same thing as with the PlayStation. I have the discs, I just don't have a PlayStation that I can hook up to a capture card. Ethos, Lusek, Vikos, Vinosek. I'll be here. Why? I'll be waiting here. For what? I'll be waiting for you. So, if you come here, you'll find me. I promise. Yeah, I forgot the lyrics, but I used to sing this song all the time. So, there is actually a point to this opening intro, and that is showing you exactly how Squall and Safer got their scars, because they were in the training center. Although this doesn't look like they're in the training center. To me, this looks like they're in the I forget what they're called, but they're in the hills of Balam. Balam being the continent. Then there's also Balam Town, and then Balam Garden, or Balaam. I've always called it Balam. I don't know how it's actually pronounced. I think it's Balam in Japanese, which really doesn't clear it up too much, but I'm willing to go with the Balam. Squall, what was that? You're supposed to be a sword fighter, and you're just sitting there bashing his sword over and over on high swings. You're not, like, ducking down low and swinging back. Now, on the gunblades. Now, a lot of people say the gunblades are stupid weapons and they would never work. Um, okay, so there are two types of gunblades. There's historical gunblades and the kind that commonly show up in fiction. Those are the guns. Those are the swords that have guns that actually fire. And yeah, they are unwieldy, they are unbalanced, and they are inaccurate. Those gunblades actually do not work. But the difference between those gunblades and these gunblades is that these gunblades are not firing actual rounds. The gunblade only triggers when you pull the trigger at the strike, and this isn't you firing a bullet directly into the target that you're hitting with the sword. This is sending a blank round through the chamber, causing vibration along the spine, which in turn causes vibration along the edge. You've basically got a low-tech vibro blade from Star Wars. How are you feeling? Okay, I guess. Okay. Take it easy next time, you hear? Looks like your eyes are focusing. You should be fine. Say your name for me? Squall. Which is so weird of a name. But then again, Surge is also a bit of a weird name, but we played him in Chrono Cross, so... Why don't you take it easy in training? Next time you might not be so lucky. Tell that to Safer. That Safer won't listen to anyone. Why don't you ignore him? I can't just run away. You want to be cool, huh? Well, don't get hurt in the process. Let's see, your instructor is... Quistis. I'll call her now. Just wait here a minute. Quistis, come get your student. Yes, yes. His injury's not serious. It'll probably leave a scar. Right. Now please come by. Oh, Eleni. Squall, so we meet again. Eleni, you do not explain garbage until, like, disc 3. Come on. Heck, you really only show up, like, twice between disc 2 and 3. Or between disc 1 and disc 3. Come on. Also, I am hot for teacher. Quistis is awesome. I always liked Quistis. I knew it'd either be you or Safer. Come on, let's go. Today's the field exam. Squall, is there something on your mind? Not really. Not really. What's so funny? Funny? No, no, it's not that. I'm just happy. I feel like I'm beginning to understand my student a little, that's all. I'm more complex than you think. Then tell me. Tell me more about yourself. It's none of your business? Dun, 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 dun. Good morning, class. Let's start with today's schedule. There seems to have been some rumors flying around since yesterday. Yes, the field exam for SeeD candidates will begin later this afternoon. Those not participating and those who failed last week's written test are to remain here in study hall. Field exam participants will have free time until the exam. Just be sure you're in top condition. Meet in the hall at 1600 hours. I'll announce the team assignments there. Any questions? Oh, and Safer? Do not injure your partner while training. Be careful from now on. Field exam participants, I will see you all later. And Squall, I need to talk to you. Let's see. Turn on the power and... Tutorial. Balam Garden Network. Login Squall confirmed. GF data for Squall searching. GF registered under Squall are GF Quetzalcoatl and Shiva. Quetzalcoatl. It's not even Quetzal, it's Quetzalcoatl. But they did have their character limits, I guess, so sure. What is that, 9 characters? The tutorial covers all aspects of gameplay. This tutorial can also be accessed through the regular menu at any time during the game. So if I want to look up any information, I do it here. Excuse me. You can take tests to increase your seed rank. You can review. I forget what review does, but I'm just checking through here every so often. So there are 8 elements in here. Instead of darkness, they use poison. But everything else looks normal. Various status effects. Junction icons. Junction, or GF ability icons, so these explain what an ability will do once you learn it. So like, GF ability is just an innate boost to the GF. Party ability, you equip that and the entire party benefits. Character ability, only that character gets that bonus. Menu ability, it unlocks things you can do in the menu. Command ability, that's your big things like magic, GF, draw, etc. Refer to the tutorial on how to use magic and GF. About magic. Paramagic. Magic, used by ordinary people, is actually paramagic. In essence, it is a technique which involves controlling energy. Paramagic was developed by Dr. Odin. He was the first scientist to research the nature of magic by studying a sorceress. I forgot to do something here. My god, stop. Ew. Ew. Ew! So the notification that caused me to look at my phone is, it's the political parties trying to get my favor. Listen, there's no point in voting anymore. So I'm not voting ever again. It's just, there's no point to it. Skill can be gained through proper training. However, with magic, it is difficult to achieve power levels that are comparable to conventional weapons. GF, Guardian Force. A GF is an independent energy force. By combining it with paramagic, it is possible to control tremendous energy. Memory loss is a possible side effect, but this has not been proven as of yet. So that's one of the key details about the story here, is that because characters are using Guardian Forces, they're forgetting about sorceresses and magic. Sorceresses and magic. A woman who has inherited the power of a sorceress. The origins of the sorceress go back to ancient times during Hein's reign. However, there is no factual evidence. About Garden. Facility rules. Classroom. Students should be in their seats and waiting for the instructors 5 minutes before class. When class is over, proceed quietly to your next class. Food, weapons, and magic are prohibited. Study panels are shared. Handle with care. Training Center. Proceed with caution. There are real monsters in the training center. It is open 24 hours. Entering the grounds for reasons other than training is prohibited. Do not engage in battles beyond your ability. Infirmary. Visit the infirmary if you have any health concerns or problems. No items may be taken from the infirmary without permission. Follow the doctor's instructions. Resident Physician, Dr. Kadawaki. Library. Open hours, 9 a.m. to lights out. Library usage. All materials are open to the public. You may check out materials at the desk. Remain quiet at all times. Dormitory. Everybody is welcome to apply. SeeDs have priority for the single rooms. Going out after hours for reasons other than training are prohibited. Do not leave personal possessions in common areas. Cafeteria. Open hours 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Keep the area clean. If late night meals are required, order them beforehand. So yeah, that's just, basic facility stuff. Student rules. Garden precepts. Work hard, study hard, play hard. Thanks, kid. Or Sid. Sid. It's Sid in this one. It's got a C. Oh god, I've been playing Chrono Cross so long that I just automatically say kid. She's taking the blame for something she didn't even do! Attire. In general, there is no dress code in Balam Garden. However, dress accordingly if instructed to do so by your superiors. Okay, so there's no dress code, but there is a school uniform. And basically it amounts to, you can show pride in garden, you can be punished to being forced to wear the school uniform, but so long as you are, not running around with exposed shoulders or skirts above your knees, then you should be fine. Wait a minute. I just described selfie. Reward and punishment. The headmaster presents official commendations to outstanding students. Students who engage in violent acts, sexual promiscuity, or who fall behind in their curriculum, etc., may be expelled from garden. Conduct. The skills acquired in the garden must never be used for personal gain. Refrain from committing any acts that may damage the garden's reputation. Take time to think things through before starting a relationship. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Emergencies. Procedures in case of an emergency. If you are on 2F, use the emergency exit next to the classroom. If you are on 1F, exit through the front gate. All students must take care of junior classmen during emergencies. Do not use the elevator during an emergency. Evening outings. All students should be in their dorm rooms after hours unless at the training center. So yeah, this is just, a bunch of information about the school, the setting, stuff that lets you get into the universe, lets you know what's going on here. Admission and graduation info. Admission. Applicants between ages 5 and 15 are permitted. All hardworking and confident youths are welcome. Ambitious overachievers are also welcome. Applicants are admitted only after passing a final interview. So basically it's a school for a standard compulsory school in Japan. because high school is not compulsory. It's highly encouraged, but you are allowed to drop out before going to high school in Japan. But again, it's very highly encouraged socially. So, there you go. Graduation must be between 15 to 19 years of age. One must have all the required skills and knowledge taught through the garden courses. One must have the headmaster's approval to graduate. At age 20, regardless of graduation, all students are released from the garden. Opportunities for alumni. The garden supports a program that helps graduates enlist in armies all over the world. Instructors and SeeDs are permitted to remain at the garden. However, SeeDship must be attained before the age of 20. Garden info. About Balam Garden. Balam Garden Headmaster, Sid Kramer. Balam Garden Proprietor, Master Norg. Balam Garden was the first garden built in accordance with Headmaster Sid's ideals and dreams. About Trabia Garden. Trabia? A garden in the Trabia region. There is an exchange program between Trabia and Balam Garden. About Galbadia Garden. A garden in the Galbadia Republic. It is the largest garden of the three. Galbadia Garden's master, Martine, who is also the headmaster, has set up a program to recruit Balam graduates into the Galbadian army. SeeD info. What is a SeeD? Balam Garden's mercenaries. Commanding GF, they have special fighting abilities. They work in small teams and operate all over the world. Dispatching SeeDs. SeeDs are deployed all over the world. Their services are requested by governments and even civilians. Their tasks range from providing military support to protecting civilians. Qualifications for SeeD. Students can apply after the age of 15. Passing the written test and completing an official mission are required to become a SeeD. SeeDs are paid according to rank. Message from Garden. Garden events. Spring Memorial Service. Entrance ceremony. SeeD exam, written/field. So, because we're getting our field exam today, that means that we are solidly towards the end of spring. Summer. Garden festival. Summer vacation. Autumn. Student-sponsored event. That would be the garden festival, I guess. Winter. Winter vacation. Garden square. Your opinions are important to make our garden a better place. Write them down and place them in the Dropbox. I got first! Treepies forever, baby! Man, I want to go out with her. Treep Groupie number 1. Hey, Treep Groupie number 1, you got a name, dumbass? I'm gonna kick your ass. What's your name? Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared, big loser. I should kick both of your sorry asses. This is not for your silly games, got it? Zhu. I don't want the disciplinary committee to get on my case, so I'm not writing my name. J.I. What? Who's J.I.? Who are you? Almacy. See, they're so nosy. Good thing I went with my initials. J.I. I'll go with my initials too. Hey, does anyone know if the new hot dogs are good? I haven't tried them yet. ZD. Oh man, oh yeah, they're the best. Man, you're missing out. MS. Damn, I missed it again? Hey, ZD, you have your exam today, right? Good luck, man. MS. ZD, I hope you do well on your exam. Be careful, alright? Librarian. So apparently the girl in the library will give Zell a different item depending on how much of that side quest you complete. But like I've tried looking it up and there doesn't seem to be like any like condensed side quest information on her. And to be fair, uh Final Fantasy VIII doesn't really track side quests, at least not in any way that is appreciable and visible. The School Festival Committee. Thanks for looking at this page, but there won't be any updates for a while. That's because I, the Garden Festival Chair, will be leaving Garden. I did not strive to be a seed, and I won't even graduate. I devoted all my time to the Garden Festival, my passion. But in the end, there was no Garden Festival. That's because no one volunteered to help out. But I have only myself to blame. I thought I alone could pull it off. I'll be starting a new life, but I sincerely hope someone will take over the Garden Festival Committee. Goodbye, Blam Garden, Wimbley Donner. Guy's last name is Thunder. And that's all that you see in the, Phew. I'm done. You better show some courtesy to Instructor Treep. It's an honor to be called over by the Instructor Treep. Try to smile a little when you're talking to the instructor. You haven't been to the fire cavern yet, have you? You won't be able to take part in today's SeeD exam if you don't pass this prerequisite. I was gonna go this morning, but save for... Do you have a good excuse? Not really. Then let's get going. If you're not too confident yet, you can review your studies at the study panel. I'll be waiting at the front gate, so come down when you're ready. You can access the study panel from your seat. I'm so jealous! Maybe I should take up that subject too. Should anything happen to Instructor Treep, the Treepies will get you back. Alone with Instructor Treep! Do-do-do-do. 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 So, draw points. In this game, you've got various draw points for magic. And how you do it is first you junction a GF. For Squall, I'll junction both since I'm on my own right now. I don't have any magic to junction, but this is why you have draw points. Then you can junction, like, draw, GF, item, or whatever. I just default to these ones. You can junction magic, but considering that magic is the main resource which gives you power, sometimes it's best just to have these three. And what you can do in here is you can see what the GF is trying to learn. And I don't want Quetzalcoatl to learn Summon Magic plus 10%, so I'm going to have it learn Card. Because what Card will do is, when you're fighting an enemy, if you card them, you don't get experience for that enemy, but you do get ability points. ability points are the true currency for Final Fantasy, because they're what unlock all of these things. Thunder Magic Refinery will be good too. For Shiva... Ice Magic Refinery will be good. Now, we don't have any cards yet. At all. But we can get some. And in fact, we can get a heck of a lot more real quickly, because since I'm going to have Quetzalcoatl learn card, we can start getting Shumi tribes from the Grats. And Shumi tribes are actually a really good early card to get. You don't even need to play the card game, which the card game itself is actually pretty fun. The only thing that can be difficult is when you start introducing rules all over the world, but by itself, the card game is functional and fun. It's always... we want active time battle to active, because that means that when our characters are on their screens, they're not waiting around forever. Cursor... let's go with memory. Alright. And I think Grats have something like 1500 health. That's basically nothing. This is one of the things that somewhat annoys me about the remaster. I'm late! I'm late! I'm late! Ah! Look, I'm a good guy. Are you okay? There. I'm fine. Sorry, I was kinda in a hurry. Oh, yeah, hey, did you just come from that class? Is homeroom over? Whoa! Oh no! This place is so much bigger than my last garden. Oh, hey! I just transferred here. Do you think you could give me a quick tour of this garden? Sure. Woohoo! Alright, let's go! We'll take the elevator to the first floor lobby, and I'll show you the directory. So this guy will give us our first set of cards, and that's actually a little bit important because we can use these cards a little bit later, not for their intended purpose, I'll tell you what. Oh, hey, would you like these? Would you like to have these? My brother gave me these cards, but they're really not my thing. You can have them if you'd like. What? How do you play a card game? I think it'd be best to look at the card game explanation in the tutorial. I don't really know much about it, really. If you want to play cards with someone, talk to them by pressing X, but keep in mind, not everyone is a card player. Oh, and by the way, I don't play, so don't bother challenging me. Received 7 cards. Now we see our first set of cards. We've got Gizzard. Pretty weak overall. 1's on the top and down, a 4 and a 5. The 5 is the only real good icon here, and even then, that's pretty weak. Fungwar, another really weak monster. Red Bat. So here we got a 6, which is moderate, but it's still not doing us any favors with the 2-1-1 there. Gala. That thing's a 4-4, 2-1. It's nothing. Gesper. 5 and 4 in the corners. It could be good for a corner strat. Fastidicalin false. That's what the F there means, because there's two types of fastidicalins. Again, a real weak one. Caterpillar. 4432. That's the strongest because it's got a nice spread, but it's still real weak. That's the directory. Well, this is it. Balam Garden is pretty big. It's a good idea to check where you want to go and select it here. I have a question. How do you use this? Move the cursor and press A to select. Next, I'll give a quick explanation of the various facilities. Yes, sir. You'll find the dormitory to the north. A majority of the students live in the dorms. There aren't too many students who commute. Yeah, I'm in the dorms too. You can rest and change in there. West of the north block is the cafeteria. There's always a big rush for the hot dogs. You better get used to waiting in line. So apparently in the English version it's hot dogs, but in the Japanese version it's flavored breads. And, you know, pan is big in Japan, so makes sense. I mean, honestly, if my school served flavored breads, I would be all over that when I was a kid. I'm a guy who enjoys flavor, okay? Got it. East of the north block is the parking lot. We usually take the garden car when a mission comes up. We? Squall. What is this we? Unless you've tried taking the field exam before and failed? The front gate is located to the south. That's right, I have to go meet Instructor Treep at the front gate. What's the matter? Nothing. Next, we have the quad, located in the west block. There's an event being planned there. I know! It's the garden festival. It's going to be great. I plan to be on the committee. Selfie, at this point, you'll be the entire committee. Remember in the student terminal we read that the previous committee head was quitting and no one else was on there? Excuse me. You want to help out too? Let's just continue. South of the west block is the infirmary. This is where you get treated for your injuries, but a lot of students just come here for advice. What's the doctor's name? Dr. Katawaki. Squall, you rattled that off immediately. Something tells me that Squall spends quite a lot of time in the infirmary. Now the East Block. This is the training center. It's the only facility open at night. It's used for training, and they have real monsters running loose here. If you don't take it seriously, you may end up dead. Just be careful. Okay. South of the East Block is the library. There's a lot of material you can look up here, but the terminals in the classroom are a lot more efficient. And you already know about the classroom on the second floor, right? Yep, I remember that one. By the way, the headmaster's office is located on the third floor. You need permission to get in. Another question. What's the headmaster's name? Headmaster Sid. That's about it. Anything else? Got it. Hey, are you taking today's SeeD exam? Yeah. Then maybe I'll see you again later. I've already finished my training at my previous garden. I'm taking the SeeD exam today, too. Good luck to both of us, huh? Thanks a lot. So, Selfie is best girl. This person doesn't want to play cards with me. Will you play cards with me? So I'm going to show you what Triple Triad is all about. So, rules. Open, trade rule 1. Open means that you can see your opponent's hand to gauge what might be the best play. Trade rule 1 means that the winner picks one card from their opponent's hand. Not from their deck, just from the hand that they chose for the game. So we want Gaspar for the corner strat. Gala for the other corner. And I suppose we'll take the red bat for a strong north attack. Ooh, immediately picking us. That's not fantastic. Okay, so on his north sides, he's got a 7, a 6, and a 4. Those all beat our south faces. On the south sides, he's got a 5, a 4, and a 6. This is the only one he doesn't beat. On the east and west, he's got 1-5 attacker, so you know what? Let's just play red bat right in the middle. Alright, now that we have that... Who to play? Where to play them? We're gonna lose this one as well, but, you know, at least we recovered something. Yeah, at this point it's just damage control. Oh, but hey, right there, we actually won this. Alright, so our options are Glacial Eye, Creep, Scrat, Blood Soul, and Bite Bug. And an ad will be starting in about a minute. I'll go ahead and pick up the Creeps. So that's Triple Triad. And this down here is our save point. Save point. Access the menu and select Save to save your game. When you step on it and you get that message, you can use Save. You can also go to Items and use things like Tents and Cottages. And that's your basic healing stuff. Now, there's a few other things to consider. This guy is a member of the CC card group. This is one of the Garden's staff members. They are jerks. Do not talk to them. And this is the girl in the library. Squall, face her. Face her, Squall. The following acts are prohibited within the library: talking loudly, eating and drinking, running around. And also, avoid late returns, no fighting over seats. I have to go over the library rules with the children next period. I'm very nervous. I hope they understand. I have a question for you. Esther was the country that was governed by this evil sorceress way back when, right? So, what happened to the sorceress? Did someone overthrow the sorceress? Did we learn about this in class? I think I cut class that day, so, like, I have no idea what this sorceress is about. Over here is a hidden item. There it is. Received Occult Fan 1. This is a magazine. Magazines tell you about various things in the world. They also unlock certain abilities and such. Like, each character has a limit break, and Zell's limit breaks, they unlock based on the magazines that you've picked up. Not Occult Fan, but it's Combat King. Occult Fan 1. Exclusive. Mysterious Monster Death. Odell Burke, 67, of Timber, was tending to his field when he found a dead monster after hearing a loud impact sound. Mr. Burke said it occurred while he was making a fence with steel pipes. An extremely strange death. So, what we can tell from this article, we need steel pipes, and we need to be around Timber. This is a hidden side quest. There's different characters in here. Darn, I can't remember the name of the book the instructor was talking about. It's too much of a hassle to ask him again. I'll just check out whatever. This, over here, this is a draw point. When you have a character who is equipped with draw, you walk up to it, select it. Found a draw point. Esena found. Who will draw? Squall. You draw, and you get a stock of magic. Squall stocked 7 Esenas. Now, because we have magic, you can see what it does. It removes abnormal status. With that, you can actually go ahead and junction magic. You can junction it to magic or spirit. It doesn't do anything for our magic, but it does for our spirit. It raises it up by 2 points at this level. Every magic has an affinity for various stats. Ultima, you can basically slot it in anywhere, but that's like real late game. Like, I think almost end game, actually. No, I think it actually fully is end game. But that's how you break the system and become overpowered in this game. Because levels don't mean anything in this game, aside from how difficult the game becomes. So, like, did you read it? Oh, you mean that bloody murder mystery? Did you find out who the killer was? You know, you should read something more enlightening. So, like, you found it boring? It was good, but what I'm trying to say is... So you liked it? Then you'll like this one too. Oh, okay. Dude, you gotta be more, you know... You can't be all wishy-washy like that. The desks aren't squeaky clean. Those 3 from the library committee, I bet they're slacking off somewhere. Student number 41269, Squall? You're that problem child. Don't you have the final SeeD exam today? And you're making Instructor Treep wait! What are you still doing here? Today's SeeD should have more brains than brawn. I'm gonna be a SeeD. I'll work really hard. I've wanted to be a SeeD since I was little. It makes sense that I want to help out. So down there is the training area. We're not going to go in there quite yet. Actually, what I want to do is I want to come out here to the almost the front gate. Not quite, but almost. Those two girls, I think, are... They're one of the card club quest characters, but... This old man plays cards. Most people play cards in this game. Right, so this is what I want to come out here for. This is the drop point for Cure. Cure found. Who will draw Squall? I got 7 cures. Does Cure do anything for my junctions at this level? It does not. Yeah, it increases my spirit by 1. Cure is better off used for your HP junction when you unlock it, because... Let me go back to the GF menu here. You see these abilities here? These are what let you junction magic to these stats. Now, the way that draw points in this game work is that some of them restock, some of them don't. That cure draw there, it stocks relatively slowly. There's also a Blizzard draw point in the training area, which restocks very fast. This kid in the blue shirt, he's a card game player. You can get the rare card Minimog from him. And by rare, I mean one of a kind. You cannot get another. And a lot of these walking characters, you see they don't have physics. You can't actually talk to them. There are characters on that level, but you can't really walk around that level. Yeah, that's the one way you can check if a character you can be talked to, is if you can walk right through them. Over here we have Dr. Katawaki in the infirmary. Oh, Squall, your exams today, right? How's that forehead doing? Okay, I guess. One of the things I noticed when I was deciding whether to buy this or the original port was a lot of people were saying, like, the character images and sprites were not updated in this one. No, they definitely were, because, like I said, I played this on PlayStation Original. So the character models do have a little bit more polygons. They have much higher resolutions. What wasn't changed was the fields. So these are still the low-res fields. That's why they look a little bit blocky and blurry. Hey again, Selfie. Excuse me, do you play an instrument? Come on, don't ignore me. Hey, I know you. I ran into you by the class, right? I'm on the executive committee for the Garden Festival. If you're interested, come by and check out the stage. It's my dream to form my own band. Of course, I'll need 4 people. Want to join? Okay, she just goes through this. But that's Selfie. And Selfie is awesome! All members of the Garden Festival Committee have been dispatched to conflicts around the world. That transfer student seems to be really enthusiastic about it, but... You don't hold out hope that Selfie can do it. Selfie can totally do it! Look at her, she's awesome! Are you interested in what I'm doing? Yes. Then you should join the Garden Festival Committee too! Come on, join the Garden Festival Committee? Sure. Woohoo! Okay, let's get to work. Alright, work, work, work! Not too many guys on this team, you know? This is the quad. It's an outdoor area. And, you know, it's got walkways and green and fields and whatnot. Up here we have the cafeteria. Get a scene with the disciplinary committee and Zell if we come in here. Now, the boy in blue, you do see him all over, but I think you can only get Minimog when you challenge him at the front gate area. Safer, drink? Can I drink something? I'd like some water, you know? Ignore. Squall, can't you see the disciplinary committee's busy? Don't bother us. What? Yo, it's Squall. Oh yeah, Fujin's gonna treat, you know? Want something? Rage! Ah! 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 Yeah, you say the same thing. That's Safer Almacy. These are Fujin and Raijin. What? Squall! Psst, psst, psst. Fujin's kinda harsh at times, so you better watch it too, you know? What? Oh, it's nothing. Do you have any hot dogs left? You're a bit late, I'm afraid. We're all sold out. Damn. Not again. It's hopeless if you don't get here early. Alright, I'll try again next time. I'll try to order more, but there's no guarantee. You know? Speeding. Let's go arrest that student for violation of Academy regulations. Affirmative. Roger, you know? This woman plays cards, this other woman doesn't. No more hot dogs today. I've worked here for many a year now. I must say, being young is so great. It's like this burst of energy flowing within you, constantly, and... Oh man, this may take a while. I'll lend an ear. But seriously, with all these youngsters around, I'm beginning to feel young myself. I start thinking to myself, hey, I'm still all that. You know what I mean? What am I saying? Well, anyway, I have a son about your age, but he is just so incompetent and... You're still talking? This could mean trouble. I will lend an ear. So, my son, he's not as bright as all you here, so... I was worried about his future. Then about a year ago, I'm going on a journey to see what I can do, he said. Can you believe him? I was really surprised at first, but my son had the serious look I'd never seen before. So I built up enough courage and told him to go for it. Well, when I look back at it now, all he did was make my husband and me worry. But now, has he matured? He's grown up, I tell you. It sure gets lonely without him. Oh my, I'm sorry, I got carried away. Whenever I see you youngsters, I just get nostalgic. I wonder where he is now. And that's another unmarked side quest. So, today's the SeeD field exam. I choked last time. I was too nervous. At least you made it to the field exam. I can't even pass my written test yet. I guess you're not as smart as I am. Yeah, right. You're in the study hall today, too. Yeah, so am I. I guess we all just suck. We're just a bunch. We're just a sad bunch. Sad. Sad. Sad people like us, all we do is complain in the cafeteria. Sad. So you have to talk to these guys at multiple points in the story, and eventually they'll actually be ready to take their SeeD exams. But if you don't talk to them, then at some point they just completely disappear. And we cannot get past there because this guy is blocking. Which one should I talk to? The guy in the back. Treep groupie number 1. Oh, how I love the Instructor Quistis. I cannot sleep at night, thinking of your radiant beauty. That is why I'm always falling asleep in class. Oh, how sinful you are. The guy in front of me. So, how's it going? Huh? So you can actually challenge both of these to card games, but the guy in the back has Quistis' card. Oh, right. I never explained how the draw points refresh. You see, everything in this game is based on how many steps you take. So, when you take like 20,000 steps, the draw points that you've drawn from will refresh. Some of them only partially refresh, others completely refresh. Ah, I thought I was about to die. So that's the infamous monster. So they probably ran into a T-Rexor. Those things are tough. You do not tango with those. Let's see, I have ×3 speed, battle boost, and no encounters. So what you can do in here is you can actually try and encounter monsters. I don't think there are any monster encounters in this area, but there are in this area. They're mostly grats with a very small chance of a T-Rexor. And yes, we are using speed up and battle boost here, because otherwise this will get very difficult. Grats typically give 2 AP each, so, you know, 2 down and 38 to go for card. Now, over here I will hit... Actually, I'll hit no encounters over here, because we have a much stronger chance of encountering a T-Rexor in this area. We'll want to draw blizzards. T-Rexor is 250 times weak to ice, so once you unlock status element... Elemental junction... Elemental attack junction, sorry. That took me way too long to say. You can actually get a strong attack against both grats because they're like 125 weakness. And perhaps I should go home this weekend. I really should go visit my parents. Anyway, you can get a lot more damage against grats and T-Rexors by junctioning Blizzard. So that one gave me 8. Now, it's better to take the long way around because you notice I got a lot of cures there, but I'm not guaranteed to get a lot of cures, a lot of blizzards when I return to the training center. And just to show off the dorm areas, this is the common room. See, you got a table and some benches, a potted plant in the corner. This is not my room. This is, as far as I know, an empty room, because I never see any of Squall's peers in here. This here is Squall's room. You can tell because you got the gunblade case with the Griever emblem on it. You've got Squall's uniform hanging up on the wall there. Wait, this is probably the best place to show off Squall. So, you see he's got that scar across his face there. And these aren't terrible polygons. Right, I was trying to tell you earlier about the updates that this game makes. Another update they did is they actually faithfully brought through the music, which the original PC port did not. So watch, that drop point is restocked, but we got 4 blizzards, which is about the same we got last time. And I think that is actually based on luck. You can draw like between 2 and 12, I think, magic from a draw point. Then there's rich draw points, which I cannot tell you what the difference is, but they let you draw a lot more magic. Girls, your skirts are just under the area that covers. Selfie does it too. And I think that's mostly due to, you know, Japanese aesthetics. Because, like, even though the rule is no more than, like, 3 inches above the knee from when I was going to school, a lot of anime typically show a lot more leg. Let's make sure that it fully restocks. Or try to, anyway. So, Blizzard will bring that up by 1. And now Cure is actually increasing our spirit. That doesn't actually matter for us because we're not dealing with magic users so much right now. Like, Grat has special attacks, and T-Rexor has a lot of physical attacks, but none of them are casting actual magic at us. Now, I'm going to be kind of optimizing the game a little bit here. Because as you can see, I'm running around and drawing from draw points and such. Shoot, did I go the short way around? when I went to go pick up the cure. Sorry. Now, on items, you can carry a max of 100, but the values are stored as 2-bit, so you can actually carry 255 with save editing, or Game Shark, or whatever. But I think if you do store that much, it gets split. And to show off the garage, pretty much there's nothing in here. It's just an area you need to go to like twice in the entire game, I think. First time on disc 1, second time on disc 2. Alright, and as far as steps go, when you're walking, that's a step. When you're running, that's about 3 or 4 steps, I think. 3 to 5. Yeah, see, we're only drawing 2 cure there. So pretty much what we should be doing is running a little bit more of a long circuit. When a monster has a spell you haven't seen before, what they'll show is that their magic that they have that you don't is going to show up as question marks. Well, magic that you haven't seen before is going to be question marks. My throat's real dry. One moment. Time passing doesn't really mean anything in this game. At least as far as I've seen. By the way, this heat wave is murder. Murder, I say. Lemonade. And I am playing on my Xbox controller. Right, so if I do it like this, then maybe we'll get full draw from this one in here. Otherwise, you're going to be limited to 2 magic each time, which is nothing. It makes this take a lot longer. So I want to come back here and show you this. See this area? That's an area we only ever visit once in the game. Like, we can't even proceed from here. Yes, 8 blizzards. And I actually have a theory here, because look how this is set up. you've got this rocky area, and then underneath you've got like all this support structure and such. You've got the water feature, yeah. Over here you see more support structure underneath a little bit. You also see this area going outside, and it looks like this barrier was crashed through or cut through or something. Over here we've got like construction barriers, we've got trees falling over, we've got broken girders. So I actually have a theory on the training center, and I think that it didn't initially start as the training center. I think what might have happened there is that when the training center was being built, it was being built for like an arboretum or a garden area, you know, maybe a secondary quad, whatever. A second green space, basically. But monsters moved in, and Garden just took the chance they were given and turned it into training areas. Excuse me. Yeah, you can actually go up on this stage here. I like how they have some of the lights already working on this. And the reason I haven't talked to the skating girl is because she doesn't actually say anything. I like how there's the hint that there's more here. Because, like, you see that little supply closet, you also see over here this other window, and it's clearly got another bed, because it's not reflecting what's in here. Like, we've got the drape moving because of the AC unit, we've got that side table over there, but if you look over there, that side table is also on this side. Watching you guys in action really motivates me. Okay, see, that was not a partial draw. And the reason why I'm not going back for the Esna in the library is because that one never restocks. You can tell because it swirls blue after that. Yeah, the swirls of a draw point tell you how full it is. A draw point that has a rich purple is going to be a rich draw point. A draw point that has a regular purple, like the cure just was, that's just full. And a draw point that's blue will never restock. And a draw point that is white will restock, but it's not ready yet. And they restock based on how many steps you take. And like I said, that's something like 20,000 steps. When you're running, each step is like... you get like 5 steps per run. Per running step. This music is kind of peaceful. So what I'm guessing is Squall does not like the cold, and I'm guessing that because he's got this type of jacket he's got with the feather ruffle, or fur ruffle, whatever it is. That's 6 blizzards. Where am I right now? 27 blizzards, 33 cures. That's fairly respectable. It's not 100, but it is respectable. Actually, what I want to do is I want to change the config a bit. Let's change battle speed to slow. Because you saw how many times that grad attacked us before we even drew? Or before we used our GF? Now, GFs have something called compatibility. So, compatibility there, you see for Squall, Quetzalcoatl is 578. For Shiva, it's 590. That depends on how healthy the GF remains and how many times you use it. But there's also inherent compatibility. Squall's inherently compatible with Shiva. You can also increase compatibility with items, like Love Love G is a potion that will grant your GF a lot of compatibility with you. Alright, so our Blizzard is 1/4 full, and our Cure is 1/3 full. Those girls have a conversation, and you can listen in by walking right behind them. Ew, only got 2 cures that time. You saw me, I moved around the entire school. I like how they don't always have a character in an area. Makes the school feel like it's actually, you know, lived in. And right now, there's nothing on the second floor that we actually can worry about. There's just the student terminal, which that's not, you know, super important. Oh wait, I didn't come down here and do this circuit around this longer area. Where's my throat spray? There it is. One moment. Man, it's super dry. I think maybe what I should do is put on my humidifier. Yeah. Those girls, their message triggers each time you get close to them. And if you walk away too soon, then it goes away, so I'll try reading some of them later. Look at this. This is like fallen stone. I don't think that's a log. Seven blizzards. So now I'm at what? 34 blizzards? 1/3 of the way there. Ugh, sorry. But man, Balam Garden is really awesome. Right, we want to take longer routes. I'm good. I'm just a wee bit exhausted. This guy right here is actually a member of the CC club, so that's why he's not letting that girl challenge him to a game. It's because he is a little bit of a tool. Okay, see how that looks like it's a darker purple? There we go. Also, I like how Quistis admonished Safer for injuring me, but not me for injuring him in retaliation. And what Squall did in that opening cutscene was actually one of his limit breaks, which he starts with, called Rough Divide. Which we can actually check that here. So our current weapon is the revolver. We don't have any abilities, we don't have any elemental or status defenses. That's our GF screen showing us our compatibility with them. And over here is Gunblade Auto Mode, Renzokuken Indicator, and Rough Divide. So, Gunblades. In this game, when you're using a Gunblade wielder, and there's only 2 in the game that I know of, you've got to pull the right trigger, or no, the right button in order to implement a stronger attack. I am awake. He lied. Is there anything else of super importance I needed to get through before going on? 5 blizzards. Only 5 for all that walking. And yeah, you can just walk around in circles, but it takes a long time to get anything from that. Once you've gotten your seed rank, then your pay depends on your bonus. If you do not fight a bunch of monsters in between, then you're going to lose a bonus. Oh, beds, do not tempt me. Yeah, I'm starting to lose it there. Consciousness. I blame the super peaceful music. I'm falling asleep here. What did I last do? I'm sorry. I really am falling asleep here. Alright, so you saw that was white when we first came back, so run around a little more and try and get it to fill up a bit more. Sorry, I completely passed out there. Mm. Yeah, this temperature is not doing me any favors. So yes, we are actually on the Garden Festival Committee now. God, falling asleep while streaming, that was disgusting. Nobody comes here to watch me sleep. Hello, Esper. Also, I kind of bit my cheek when I woke up. What am I doing so far on magic? 45 blizzards, 45 cures. I'm almost halfway there. We are going to take a short break, actually. I'm going to get myself some water in my humidifier and walk around a little bit, get up, move, see if I've got anything that I can grab to eat, and then we'll come on back to this, okay? Sorry about that. Oh boy. Do not fall asleep. Do not fall asleep. Do not fall asleep. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Oh, uh, sorry. Needed to get up, stretch my legs, go do stuff, so there. Got some food. We're good to go. We're fine. Oh, right. We want to turn on these things, I guess, because we're still gathering magic. And we have 45 each of them. So, I need to fill some space. I need to keep myself talking, and no one here will explode, okay? When, when I'm on Mondays, what I do is I have a in real life tabletop gaming group, and I GM for them on trade-offs. So, like, one week I am the GM, next week I'm not. Anyway, I've I've been running Mutants and Masterminds, 3rd edition, and one of one of the things I've been doing is having to, you know, come up with actual adventures. Now, yesterday, what I ran was kind of a night at the museum kind of game, and basically what was going on was a museum received a meteorite fragment, and it was actually the meteorite fragment, the one from the Gulf of Mexico. By the way, it is the Gulf of Mexico. You will not change my mind about that. Anyway, what was going on was that it carried psychometric readings on it, so it was actually reanimating, or I guess animating, not necessarily reanimating, skeletons and plush dinosaurs, things in the image of dinosaurs. It was also causing possessions. So, you, the reason why the players got involved was because, like, 2 guards had been committed for animalistic behavior, and a third did a swan dive off the 2nd floor of the atrium because he thought he was a pteranodon. And what I was doing there was I was doing a lot of build up, and eventually I got to my first planned combat encounter. And it was at this point that the players had already discovered the meteorite. So what ended up happening was I forgot about the dang sandwiches. My players include one of them who is playing a gravity controller, and one of the things the gravity controller does is he has access to a dimensional pocket, which is what he uses to store the sandwiches his character likes, among various other things, but he's got sandwiches in his dimensional pocket. Anyway, what he did was he wrapped the meteorite in a plastic bag and threw it in his dimensional pocket. Now, here's where that throws me off, because I am sitting here running a game where that meteorite is the animating force for all the Danger and weirdness in the museum at night. Okay, so he threw it in his dimensional pocket. It is cut off from our dimension. Are the dinosaurs still attacking them in this combat? No, they're not. Alright. Is there, like, any ectoplasmic traces that can continue animating the dinosaurs? No, not really, no. Is there... There were other meteorites there. Can they reanimate the dinosaurs? No, I specifically said that they showed no special properties. Darn it! So yeah, my player completely bypassed the whole adventure because of sandwiches. That was, it's clever use of powers, so I give it to him, right? It's something that I, as the GM, did not account for, and as a GM, you really should account for weird BS. Especially when it comes to that player, because like 50% of combat encounters end before they start because he's like, oh, hey, I've got this thing. Or, oh, hey, I tried this thing. And it is stupid, and I love it, because he's like one time he took a rolled up magazine and smacked a monster's snout, and that plus an intimidation check let him bypass an encounter. That one wasn't my game, that was someone else's, but still. Anyway, I'm trying to come up with my next game, and I figured I'd go with a Tsukumogami, the animated objects of Japanese folklore. What I've got is a large Suzu bell, the prayer bells from Shinto shrines. You know, throw your offering into the box, ring the bell, and whisper your prayer. And what happened is this is going to be in like a marginalized neighborhood, like Little Sendai or whatever, right? And what's been going on is that marginalized neighborhood has been coming under gentrification because cities suck. The shrine that the bell belonged to was it only had one priest, and he died recently, and there was no other ownership of the shrine. So the city let them go for a year before they're like, okay, there's no ownership, we're tearing it down. And the people they hired to tear it down tore it down. And not in like any way that was reverent or anything, they just, bulldozed everything, used earth movers and scooped all the garbage into a dumpster. So yeah, a lot of bad spirits going on there, but the one that we're worried about is the Suzu, because what the Suzu is doing now is it no longer has its locus, so it is wandering the area and trying to fulfill its purpose. But because, prayers and wishes are very emotional, it's fulfilling emotion effects that are going to be causing problems. In-game, I have this as an array that's uncontrollable for the spirit, because I'm not going to be actively going, okay, and it's using this thing now. I'm going to be going, alright, it's using its array now. What ability is it using? And that's because it is lost. It is wandering, and there's no actual way to actually destroy this being, because it's a spirit. You can't out and out destroy a spirit. I mean, you probably can in Japanese myth, but in this one, we're not going with that route. What we're going with is something along like what should be a magical girl problem has fallen onto some local superheroes. Because magical girl, they won't beat a villain. They'll figure out what's going on with the villain and heal the wounds. Like, think like Ladybug's animation. Or those weird butterflies in Miraculous, you know? Um, or, you know, even Sailor Moon, where a bunch of objects have, like, worry seeds put into them. That was from a later season, I think. But, like, it was people and objects that were being controlled by a little thing that was implanted into them because they already had negative emotions going on. So they were trying to force even more of the negativity out into the open. So yeah, what the players will need to do is not destroy the spirit, they'll have to calm the spirit. And in order to do that, they're going to need to take the spirit and have it rededicated in a new shrine. Like, recover its bell, rededicate it in a new shrine, and that should heal the spirit and stop it from causing problems. Trademark. Yeah. Like, I plan on, like, having, like, an investigative thing going on first, but, like the Night at the Museum game, this is also going to be one of those things where it's wrong context problems. The characters are going to be in a situation where they themselves are not properly equipped to handle it, but by, you know, being smart and not just blowing it up with a rocket launcher, they'll figure out what exactly is going on and how do we fix it. So yeah. I've gotten the enemy stats drawn up. It's actually, you know, fairly weak, but it's got a lot of points invested. Which makes sense, it's a spirit, it's not a villain, it's something different. And from there, I still need to come up with, like, encounter zones and events. Meanwhile, another friend of mine in that group, he's going to be running Wrath and Glory. And the next game he's running is going to be more of like a Hive City kind of adventure. It's not going to be like whirling around the galaxy as part of the Inquisition. It's going to be, we're in this area, that's where we're going to stay. And, you know, that's cool. I kind of want to try something like that. World of adventure, you know? Because, like, in a single city, you've got a billion stories on just one block. Like, not literally, but, like, a picture is worth 1,000 words, so there's a lot more going on underneath just the one big thing you do see. Um, Normally I play a Sister of Battle in there. Typically a Sister Hospitaller, which are the medics of the Sisters of Battle, the Adepta Sororitas. It's going to be Tier 1 play, and the Sister Hospitaller does fall into that. So theoretically I could say like I'm Orders Non-Militant, and play from there. Um, or I could go some different route, which like maybe I can play like some Hiver or something, you know? Play Scum. Actually, you know what I haven't played in a long time is just a straight up Thief. And that's the archetype I used to play a lot when I was playing D&D and Pathfinder. So maybe I'll go that route and, you know, make a sneak thief type. It's been too long. Yes, I do want to try and get at least 100 magic in both of Cure and Blizzard before the end of today. And then because I want to get some AP up, I want to try and maybe do some of the battles off screen. Which means I wouldn't need that. Like, I have the ×3 and the no encounters because those actually help out a lot when dueling a lot of this. Actually, I can turn off no encounters because you are just seeing me run around as Squall. You're not seeing me actually playing the game here. Selfie! You're awesome! And I ship you with Irving because he's actually also kind of awesome. So there are 6 main characters in this game. There's Squall Leonhardt, who is the main character. He's kind of a brooding disaster baby. His big deal is that he kind of remembers his life in the orphanage, but not really. Then there's Quistis Treep. She's kind of like the big sister of the group because I think she's like older than everyone else, except maybe Eleni. And that's only by like 1 year. There's Zell Dinched. Or Dinked? I'm not sure. I think it might actually be Dinked. Here, let me look that up real quick. Trivia? Zeludin. Okay, so in Japan it's pronounced Zeludin. So Not sure. Anyway, Zell was one of the babies of the bunch. And I do mean baby, because, like, he was kind of a big crybaby. But he grew up to become a martial artist in Final Fantasy terms, because he learned how to fight with his fists instead of relying on a weapon. Because even though jobs don't exist in this game, you do still see, like, remnants of how these characters function. After Zell, we've got Selphie Tilmet, which, of course, we've already met. And, she's, you know, hyper and fun and cute and exuberant and all those energetic words, you know? And I really like her. She's one of the fun characters I've always liked. After Selphie, we come to Renoa Hartley, and she is the daughter, like I mentioned at the start of the stream, of the woman who Squall's father, Laguna, fell in love with when he was a Galbadian soldier. And things happened, and he missed his chance with her. Like, Squall's father is now in Esther as its president. Renoa's mother died a while back. She's left alone with her father, General Caraway. So, like, the love story of Final Fantasy VIII is, like, those two kids, Squall and Renoa, fulfilling the unrequited love of Renoa and Laguna. Because they did love each other, they just never actually, you know, got it through. Another ad will be starting soon. Uh-oh. So I'm gonna stock some from here. I can actually draw a lot of sleep and silence in one battle. So long as I don't get put to sleep. I think with Battle Boost I actually keep my HP up, mostly. I need to see them attack me once again. Yeah, I'm keeping my HP up with the draw. Okay, we're full up on sleep. Now we get silence. And there is the ad break. So I guess I'll see everyone in just a few moments. Okay. Shiva, hurry up. Like I said, these monsters are weak to ice, so Shiva is the one that you'll deal with more here. Uh-oh. Yeah, time to run. I do not stand a chance against this thing right now. Even though it's got a lot of AP per battle, 10 AP, I am not prepared for it because it does do like 400 damage in one hit. So when doing this with Renzoku Ken, you hit the right button to trigger the thing, which I kind of wish they updated that to right trigger, but whatever. On each strike, you can get perfects, but that does not guarantee that you get his limit break finisher. You think those two kids will still be there when I come back? Nope. Actually, let's go back in here and... So, sleep will bring that up to 19, silence 19, 16, 16, so... Right now, those two are better for us. Doesn't directly help us in battle, but... Actually... No, I'll get there on the way back. Because Shiva did take some damage, she's not going to recover that naturally. Because unlike the player characters who are protected by battle boost, somewhat, it's not infallible. The GFs will take lasting damage. What battle boost does in this game is it gives you increased HP, or I guess maximized HP. Excuse me. And it enables your limit break. But Squall only gets like 4 or 5 hits with Renzoku Ken because his crisis level is still high. If his crisis level were low, like if he were at critical health, then he would be getting 8 hits. And I played a little bit before. I know I didn't show anything in the save files, that's because I deleted them. But like after 3 hours of just grinding, Squall was getting about 1,000 per hit with Renzoku Ken. Uh, 70 Cure, 62 Blizzard, we're doing well. Yeah, really, we won't be able to take on the T-Rexor until I unlock Strength Up and HP Junction. Or not Strength Up, but Strength Junction and HP Junction. And I probably should focus on that over what I have been focusing on for Shiva, which is Ice Magic Refinery. Once the garden crashes into Fisherman's Horizon, the stage gets removed from the quad. And actually, I'm wondering why an outdoor area at a school is called a quad now. Like, when I was going to high school, I thought it was cool that we had an area called the quad, but I never understood what it actually meant. I'm gonna look it up now. Quadrangle. It's literally just saying geometric shape. Okay. Trying to get my steps in. So those students were solid, so if I see them again, I should be able to talk to them and get some more voice acting in, right? These two guys do have something more to say. Actually, it's this heavy tension that gives me such a rush. Fighting like this keeps you in shape. So we are going to gain levels a little bit. There is no avoiding that. But once we unlock card, we'll actually be able to stop gaining levels. At least temporarily. Yeah, right now Shiva's at 405. Watch that. Ooh, this is a good one. Huh. I guess Shiva did recover some HP, but I think that's mostly because she leveled up. And because we're using Shiva more often than Quetzalcoatl, Shiva is gaining more experience. How much are we on card? We're halfway there. Here we want to run straight to the drop point, and then get out. Because like I said, we have a much higher chance of encountering T-Rexers over there. I think we're actually like 3/4 of the way to card now. Yeah, we've got 4 more AP to go, so one more fight will get us card. Nope, 2 more fights. Wait, I need to check something. Okay, good. I have not been muted this whole time. That is always a worry of me. Alright, now we've got card. What we're going to do is junction the ability, replace item with it. And let me show you how this works. So with card, you want to damage an opponent. Do not kill it. Dang it, Squall! Trying to show off how you use card here. I only got 3 hits there. Aw, man. Okay, so Renzoku King does kill. Alright, we got a Grat card. And as we saw, Grats are not so great. Looks like it takes 3 hits, maybe? Let's go with 4. I managed to hit the trigger in time. It's harder when it's in speed-up mode. Okay, that was the Shumi Tribe card. That is what I really want to show off. So, Shumi Tribe. It's technically a boss. As you can see, it's got 8 on the south, 6 on the north, 5 on the east, and 4 on the west. So when it comes to card battling, that's going to be our big ticket item. Until, you know, we gather a bunch of other cards that have better effects in areas. And we'll do that by using the triple triad system. But in general, our Shumi Tribe will be good enough. I missed my chance to do some voice acting. Boo. If only I had... Well, too late now. So that kid with the blue shoulder pauldrons was actually SeeD. He wasn't just a student. You can tell because the blue shoulder pauldrons are all SeeDs. They also have red and gold on their uniforms. Whereas the regular students are just general. Then there's also colors. Trebia is yellow. That's why Selphie has that yellow necktie. Balam is blue, and Galbadia is red. Those two are not queen. What is it? I think they're 10? As in the card 10, not... Yeah, you know what I mean. We're only 76 Cure and 64 Blizzard. Yuck. Oi. Here, we'll run a few laps around here. Actually, we'll run a few laps around here. We're not going to go in all these places, we're just going to do one big loop. And we'll go this way because it's still safer until we get Strength Junction up and HP Junction up. Why you do this to me, ma'am? That's a Grat. And that's a Grat. So we are going to end up with more Grats because the Shumi Tribe card is a rare card. I think you need to hit the right mouse button just before you hear the... just before you hear the slash. Stop putting me to sleep. Okay, we got Strength Junction. Blizzard is 26, Sleep is that... So yeah, Blizzard is going to be our best one there because we're going to get more Blizzard, so we're going to learn more quickly. What are you learning? Summon Magic? We don't want Summon Magic, we want HP. And Vitality. Actually, no. Elemental Attack. Even though it's 160 points, learning it gives us a massive edge. Oh. Yeah. We're gonna battle in here a little bit. Great, we're poisoned. I wonder how much effect that'll actually have on us. Not too much. We're still full health when we go in. Oh. Used card before I attacked it. You gotta use card when its HP is low, because otherwise it will just fail. Oh, missed. Ah! It's because it's on memory. I keep thinking it's back on what it used to be. You're at 22. And it doesn't matter that we're getting a bunch of grats, because card refinery gives you items from cards, and you can refine the grats into, like, I think, poison powder. So we should be more than halfway there for HP Junction. There's another Shumi tribe. There's a third Shumi tribe. Can I go for a 4? Is it a hat trick? It's not a hat trick. I kind of want that to be the goal now, is to get 5 Shumi tribe cards. Oh. Well, it's not autofill, it's just significantly smaller chance to win. I want to show you how busted the Shumi tribe cards are in this early game. Especially if you manage to get 5 of them. I did not see what card that was. But that one was a Grat. And hey, we also got another Grat card. 24 Grats so far, but only 3 Shumi Tribe. Four Shumi Tribe. Eh. Yeah, that's the new goal. We're not going to get 100 of the magics before we get to the end here. I mean, we're already over limit, kind of, but I want to get 5 Shumi Tribe cards and show you how busted they are. And I keep doing the card thing. Come on, I took you 2 crit hits. Okay, those other 2 were Grats. Yeah, let's see. 659 goes up to 811. Another Grat. I can't do anything until you attack me, dude. There we go, 5 Shumi Tribe cards. Let's go ahead and save the game. We're gonna have to sleep it off. And that's gonna be a T-Rexor, which we're still not ready for. Excuse me. I keep... Yeah. tickle in my throat. Hey, you want to play a card game? How about you? You older girl? You little girl? I don't suppose you. You definitely do, though. I only began collecting recently, but we can play. So, we're gonna get 5 Shumi Tribe in here. He has nothing strong enough to attack us on these sides. He has nothing strong enough to attack us on the other side either. This Belhelmel's the best one here. But you see how busted that was? Compared to how we were struggling the first time? Let's go and remember to heal up, because we're gonna call it a night there. I just wanted to show off how busted Shumi Tribe is, even though it did take quite a while to get them. So that got rid of our poison, somehow. I'm annoyed that the autosave doesn't autosave when you run across a save point. Alright. Anyway, as I was saying, that's going to do it for today. Let's see who's in here. Esper. I hope you had fun, Esper. That was really weird, me falling asleep midstream, but, you know, there you go. I'm gonna send y'all over to Lyrock. Maybe she'll be able to stay awake. I, I haven't seen her, you know, dealing with sleep issues at all, so I'm assuming she's fine. Lyra, you will get my audience. Anyway, thank you for showing up. I hope you had a fun time at least. And I will see you again next time. Auf Wiedersehen.